Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. T. Higgins taking over as the #1 wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers is sending shockwaves through the NFL world, and honestly, it feels like this move could completely reshape the dynamics of the team's offense. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about what this could mean for the quarterback-receiver chemistry, particularly with a rising star quarterback who has shown flashes of brilliance but has struggled with consistency under pressure. Higgins, known for his physicality, route-running precision, and ability to create separation even against elite cornerbacks, seems like the perfect fit for a team that has long needed a reliable go-to-target downfield. The speculation is already intense about how the coaching staff might adjust their play calling to maximize his skill set, with some insiders hinting at a heavier focus on deep ball concepts and more creative schemes designed to isolate him against favorable matchups. There's also the whisper around the league that this move could inspire other receivers on the roster to elevate their game, knowing that the spotlight will inevitably shift toward Higgins. If these rumors hold any weight, it could mark a turning point for the 49ers' passing attack, and possibly the entire offensive identity of the franchise. Everyone seems to be wondering if this is the kind of acquisition that can finally unlock the full potential of the team's offensive roster. The timing of this elevation to #1 receiver status couldn't be more intriguing, with the 49ers facing a pivotal stretch of games where every matchup feels like a statement. T. Higgins stepping into this role carries not just physical expectations, but mental and emotional ones, as fans project high stakes onto his shoulders. Speculation is rampant about how his presence might influence the development of younger receivers on the roster, as well as how it could impact the way opposing defenses strategize. Analysts are already debating whether Higgins' style, which combines size, speed, and an instinctive understanding of defensive schemes, could force a shift in defensive priorities, perhaps compelling teams to double him or risk leaving someone else open. This rumor mill is swirling with the idea that Higgins' arrival as WR1 might allow the quarterback to operate with more confidence, knowing he has a reliable target to turn to in critical moments. Furthermore, there's chatter that Higgins' off-the-field leadership and work ethic might also create subtle but meaningful cultural changes in the locker room. The speculation extends to potential draft strategies and free agent acquisitions in future seasons, as executives may now consider how to complement Higgins' skill set, creating a ripple effect that could define the team for years to come. Some insiders are already suggesting that T. Higgins' promotion could have a direct impact on the team's offensive statistics, potentially reshaping league-wide defensive approaches. The rumor is that the 49ers coordinators are quietly adjusting practice reps, red zone schemes, and even personnel packages to highlight Higgins' strengths, particularly his ability to win contested catches and maintain yardage after contact. There's also chatter about whether his presence as the primary target might open opportunities for running backs and tight ends in ways that weren't as viable before, creating an offense that is harder to predict and more balanced. Fans are speculating that defenses might have to commit extra resources to cover Higgins, which could result in bigger plays for other players, fueling a sense that the team is entering a new offensive era. Even more interesting is the rumor that this shift could influence the quarterback's confidence trajectory, as having a reliable WR1 often changes decision-making in critical game situations. Commentators are weighing in on how this move could affect the overall pace and rhythm of the offense, noting that Higgins' skill set could enable faster releases, more explosive gains, and an increased threat on third downs. The speculative narrative is building momentum, suggesting that T. Higgins' new role is about far more than just personal accolades. It's about fundamentally transforming how the 49ers approach every single game. Rumors also swirl regarding how opposing teams are responding behind closed doors, with several general managers reportedly adjusting their defensive plans after analyzing Higgins' tendencies, speed metrics, and matchup advantages. Analysts are speculating that linebackers and safeties will be tested in new ways, perhaps requiring defensive coordinators to rethink zone versus man coverage assignments entirely. There's an ongoing conversation among insiders that Higgins' presence could force blitzes to be timed differently, as quarterbacks may feel compelled to get the ball out quicker to exploit his separation ability. Some speculate that this change could also influence the type of receivers the team targets in the offseason, as complementary skill sets may be more valuable now than ever, given Higgins' role. Even training camp chatter points to a heightened intensity in practice sessions, with defensive backs pushing harder to match his elite route running, and Higgins responding with the type of resilience and adaptability that makes speculation about his long-term impact more credible. The rumor mill extends to media narratives, social media discussions, and even fantasy football projections, all hinting that the 49ers' offensive dynamics could see a subtle but significant shift. This speculative buzz isn't just about Higgins' physical ability. It's about how his role could alter the very strategy, culture, and perception of the team across the league. Even more intriguing are whispers suggesting that T. Higgins' promotion could have psychological ramifications for the entire locker room, as younger players might feel both inspired and challenged by his presence as the primary target. Rumor has it that this could result in heightened competition in practice, leading to unexpected breakout performances from other receivers or even running backs who now find more space due to defensive attention on Higgins. Analysts are speculating about the potential leadership role Higgins might assume, not just through his on-field play, but also through off-the-field mentorship, fostering a culture of accountability and professionalism. Some insiders are hinting that this transition could influence contract negotiations for other receivers, as his new status sets a benchmark for talent valuation within the team. Fans are speculating that this could also affect ticket sales, merchandise, and overall fan engagement, as star power often drives excitement and loyalty. The rumor narrative continues to evolve, suggesting that Higgins' presence could have a domino effect on the team's operational and strategic decisions, potentially shaping not only the upcoming season, but several seasons into the future. This kind of speculation keeps media, analysts, and fans glued to every update, as the implications of Higgins' ascension ripple far beyond just the XS and OS of the game plan. Finally, the chatter in sports media is dominated by discussions of how T. Higgins' presence as WR1 might redefine the 49ers' offensive identity, potentially turning a team that was previously balanced into a more explosive, vertically threatening unit. Rumors suggest that offensive coordinators are contemplating bold strategies to leverage his deep threat capabilities, incorporating more play-action passes, seam routes, and isolated matchups on the boundary. Analysts speculate that this could also give the quarterback more room to improvise in the pocket, knowing he has a reliable, elite option downfield. Even discussions among fans point toward a sense of anticipation and suspense, with debates over whether Higgins can maintain consistency against elite defensive backs throughout the season. Some rumors hint at subtle changes in practice intensity, communication, and play-calling tempo to optimize his integration into the offense. The speculative narrative implies that this promotion is not just about one player's skill, but about a potential renaissance in offensive philosophy, one that could force opponents to rethink defensive priorities. T. Higgins' emergence as the #1 wide receiver has become a topic that blends performance speculation, strategic analysis, and even cultural impact within the team, leaving the league and fans alike wondering how far-reaching his influence might truly be. Speculation is also growing around how T. Higgins' elevation to WR1 could affect the quarterback's decision-making and confidence on the field, with insiders suggesting that having a reliable, elite target might drastically alter the way he reads defenses. Rumors indicate that the quarterback may now feel more comfortable taking calculated risks, knowing that Higgins can turn a difficult throw into a significant gain. Analysts are speculating that this newfound chemistry could lead to more explosive plays, especially in critical third-down situations or in red zone scenarios, where every inch matters. There's also chatter about how Higgins' presence could force defensive coordinators across the league to rethink their schemes entirely, perhaps implementing unconventional coverage packages just to slow him down. Fans are imagining scenarios where the quarterback-Higgins connection becomes so dominant that it opens the door for creative trick plays or unexpected rotations, keeping opponents constantly guessing. Off the field, rumors hint at a shift in the locker room dynamic, as younger receivers may feel both challenged and motivated by Higgins' prominence, potentially raising the overall level of competition and performance. The speculative discussion extends to fantasy football circles as well, where projections are beginning to reflect Higgins' new status and the potential statistical explosion that could accompany it, feeding the rumor mill even further. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers from league insiders suggest that T. Higgins' new role could influence the 49ers' overall offensive tempo, with speculation that the team may increasingly favor quick-hitting routes and intermediate passes to exploit his route-running precision. Rumor has it that this shift could lead to a faster-paced offense that puts pressure on defenses to make rapid adjustments, potentially creating mismatches in coverage or forcing corners into mistakes. Analysts are debating whether the team's offensive coordinator might begin to design more complex route combinations to fully capitalize on Higgins' ability to read coverage and adjust in real time. Some insiders even suggest that this move could spark broader strategic changes, affecting how the team approaches personnel decisions, practice routines, and even pre-snap communication between the quarterback and receivers. Fans are speculating endlessly about the potential outcomes, imagining scenarios where Higgins consistently beats top cornerbacks, stretches the field vertically, and creates new opportunities for running backs and tight ends. The rumor mill also touches on Higgins' physical conditioning and durability, questioning whether his new workload could impact his long-term performance, while some analysts argue that his elite work ethic might make such concerns largely irrelevant. Overall, speculation paints a picture of a transformative season, with Higgins' promotion as WR1 potentially altering not just individual statistics, but the very identity of the team's offense. The media buzz continues with whispers that T. Higgins' presence at the top of the receiving core could redefine the 49ers' red zone efficiency, with speculation suggesting that coaches may rely on him as a primary scoring threat in high-pressure situations. Rumors indicate that Higgins' ability to win contested catches and make acrobatic grabs could allow the offense to expand its playbook, experimenting with more creative alignments, motion, and route combinations to exploit defensive tendencies. Analysts are speculating that this could result in a higher scoring output overall, while also forcing defenses to prioritize coverage on Higgins, potentially leaving other players with more open opportunities. Fans are imagining game-changing moments where Higgins' reliability in critical zones turns tight contests into decisive victories, even though the speculation remains just that, unconfirmed possibilities that fuel the narrative. Some insiders hint that his new role might even influence the quarterback's confidence in late-game scenarios, where trust in a go-to receiver often makes the difference between hesitation and decisive action. The rumor mill extends to contract considerations, with speculation suggesting that other receivers may now look for incentives or renegotiations to reflect their changing roles relative to Higgins. All of this discussion emphasizes the broader implications of Higgins' promotion, suggesting that his influence could extend far beyond personal statistics to the strategic and psychological framework of the entire team. There's also chatter that T. Higgins' emergence as the #1 wide receiver could trigger ripple effects across the league, with rival teams already rumored to be adjusting defensive schemes and scouting reports in anticipation. Analysts are speculating that linebackers and safeties may be required to play more disciplined coverage, while corners might be tasked with challenging Higgins at every opportunity, even risking giving up intermediate gains to prevent big plays. Some insiders hint that this could lead to a shift in overall defensive strategy league-wide, as teams attempt to balance coverage responsibilities with the threat of explosive plays. Fans are engaging in heated debates, projecting scenarios where Higgins' ability to stretch the field creates space for other receivers, running backs, or even tight ends, effectively forcing opponents to adapt on the fly. There's even speculation about how this might influence game day adjustments, with coaching staffs potentially deploying more exotic coverage schemes or double-teaming strategies to contain him. Behind the scenes, rumors suggest that this move could inspire a renewed emphasis on communication and chemistry between the quarterback and all skill position players, as Higgins' dominance might indirectly elevate the entire offense. The speculative narrative continues to build, hinting that Higgins' role is not just a positional shift, but a catalyst for broader changes in strategy, preparation, and even league-wide perceptions. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.